Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing a movie review on a movie called Saturday Church. If you like this movie, maybe skip the review. Bye. Welcome back to the Media Coven. My name is Carlos and today we are reviewing a movie called Saturday Church. This movie came out in 2017. You can see the glare from my tablet, but see, I like to write the review and then read it to you guys. Still, I'm trying to figure out a good method to review something and get it on video. I'm still figuring things out, but for now I have this written down. I want to read it. This movie came out in 2017, and I saw a trailer for it, I think, on YouTube, and then I found it by complete accident in my local library, where they have that section where they sell books and stuff that they're getting rid of. And I actually have it, but as you can see behind me, these are all the movies I have, and I just didn't want to go looking for it. I thought it was right there next to the movies I've seen, and it's not there. I have it somewhere, but for now I'm just gonna talk about the review. And I'm pretty sure I wrote this review when I watched it, and it must have been a couple months ago. So let's see what I thought of it, because now I remember that I kind of like it, kind of didn't like it. So let's see what I said. Let's see what my past self thought about this movie. Again, with every movie, I write the review when I first watch it. Maybe I didn't like it at first. Maybe I'll watch it again another time and I might like it. And if I do change my mind, I'll come back and redo a review telling you I don't know why I hated it. I actually rewatched it and it's actually a great movie. But for this one, I'm reading the review I wrote when I first watched it. This is a very typical coming-of-age queer story. We have a family that just lost the head of the house, the father. We see everyone is upset. We also have the main character that we see is going through a lot of things on top of losing his father. He is gay. He is being bullied in school and likes to wear women's clothes. So maybe he is transgender or likes to divide the line between being a man or a woman. From the beginning, we kind of see where the story is heading. There are so many movies that follow this path of a character that is queer, his struggles, people hate him, his family hates him, he finds his tribe, and then we see him find his true self. Not a new storyline. And like I said, I watch all different kind of movies, so for me, finding a movie like this wasn't an issue, because a lot of movies are like that. When they have a gay character, it's either going to be funny or it's going to be this epic battle of stuff. And I'm not saying they shouldn't make movies like that, but sometimes I wish they would just make a movie where the main characters were either part of the LGBT community, gay, lesbian, transgender, something, and they just happen to be maybe detectives or, I don't know, vampires or anything, like anything. It doesn't have to be them discovering themselves, it doesn't have to be them struggling. What if it's just them living their life and they just happen to be this? You know what I mean? That's a story that I wish I would see more, and I don't really see it. I think the last show that I saw with books, I will say it's different. A lot of books out there, and I'm hoping that in my channel, I get to show them. A lot of books that I read happen to have gay characters, but that's not part of the story. The story is maybe there's a murder, maybe they're solving a case, maybe they're becoming something important, and they just happen to be part of that community. And that's what I would like to see. And it's like, it happens a lot with a lot of people that are the minority. They always have these movies that do really well, but you see that they were put in this role. Like, they can't get them out of this role. They have to be in this role. And I guess this movie is one of those movies where we see the struggles. And I don't know, I don't remember this movie was based on like somebody that actually existed. I don't remember. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But again, it is that typical story where at the end everything ends up well and fine, but we see the struggle, we see everything, and we go with that character. Now I'm gonna continue. Now right here I wrote spoiler alert. So maybe I went too much into detail with the movie review. So if you wanna watch this movie without any spoilers, you can end it here, watch it, and then come back. Unlike other stories where the family just never understands, we do see here that the mom is very supportive. She does stand for him and loves him. Now, the main wall or villain is the aunt, who at first looks like she has taken it onto herself to take care of her late brother's family. She is the problem. She knows about the boy and hates him. We also see she is very religious and makes him join the church as an altar boy. But then we see nothing else with that but a couple clips. And this is something else about this movie. I don't want to keep jumping around. But in this movie, it almost felt like when a movie is based off a book and you read the book and you can tell that they jumped over big parts and then it makes the movie feel like it's missing something. This is how this movie felt. Like I was looking at it and I thought, it feels like it's being rushed. It feels like parts are missing. And I never went into details to see if maybe it was based off a book or if it was based off somebody's real life. And because I know how movies work where they sometimes tell them, you made a 2.5 hour movie, but this movie needed to be an hour, so cut this off. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. And let me see. I'm gonna keep reading reading the review. They missed out on creating great side-by-side comparisons between the church and Saturday Church. That's okay. I'm gonna get out of this review again. This is one of the things that I noticed was that because this movie was called Saturday Church, I thought they were gonna put big emphasis on the fact that he was an altar boy at this church, and it was gonna have to do something like at church he's not being treated well, it's not going well, and then at night he's found this other family and they treat him very well. I thought that's what they were gonna do, but they didn't really do it. Like I said, the church part was only a little bit, and then the other part of everything that he went through was something else. And I actually wrote they missed out on doing that thing. We then see every spill over when the aunt discovers the boy in high heels. There is confrontation, and he runs away with her saying, "You better not come back." And then, so as I said before, the mom seems to be fine with it. It's the aunt that has a problem with it. And when she caught him in high heels, she kicked him out. He ran away. This is when, for me, the movie starts becoming a little rushed and stops making sense. And this is like what I was saying, that it felt like it was missing parts. Like, all of a sudden he was here, then he's here, then he's here. I don't understand why they rushed it. So every night since the boy found his tribe, we see him hanging out with them. When he gets kicked out, he doesn't find them. The part I understand because they usually find each other at night, but I don't understand why he then just doesn't find them at all. Okay, so in this part of the movie, this is the other confusing part. And like I said, I saw it a while back. Maybe I'm mixing things up. But from what I remembered, he met these people that taught him about this world, that he can come in, feel comfortable. He's amongst peers. They're going to protect him, keep him safe. But when he was kicked out of the house, he didn't go find them. He kind of just went off on his own, like if he was alone. And it didn't really make sense because I remember he went to the area where they were. He couldn't find them because they weren't there. And then eventually he went somewhere else. And I kept thinking, how do you not find them? It's not like you can say, well, who knows where they are. I know it's a big city and stuff, and maybe like that. And it might also be from the perspective of a young person who doesn't think, well, I better figure something out and not put myself in danger. Maybe that's what it is. But in the way the movie played it out, I didn't like it, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. We see him sleeping in the same place he always finds them, but they aren't there. Apparently only Wednesday is a day, but when he always ran into them. We then see him sleeping outside and then going home with the guy and doing things he didn't want because he needed money. All of this section of the movie did not really fit in. It felt very rushed. I couldn't understand why he would jump to the street life so fast. It almost felt like he didn't do it out of necessity, but because he was curious about it. And there's no shame in that. I don't want to get into real life things. This is just about the movie. We all know that things happen in life where if you get kicked out, we've seen the stories where a lot of teenagers have to do horrible things because they have to survive. But the way the movie made it out, it's like he left on Saturday and on Monday he was already doing these things, and I'm like, you didn't have to. You could have waited. Why couldn't you? I would have waited. Listen, I would have waited. But again, I don't know if the movie's being rushed or they're trying to fit all these things that we know really happens to teens that get kicked out of the house, and they were trying to fit it in this short movie, and then it made it feel rushed. After this, the movie lost me, and it reminds me of when you read a book, then see the movie based on the book, and you know they skipped over a big chunk. I feel they skipped, like I was saying. I also never really got to relate or feel for the main character because the movie didn't allow for that time of one-on-one so we can connect. It started out good, but then it started rushing, like it needed to come to a conclusion. The whole movie is also painted itself as a musical, but when it ended, the few songs it had felt out of place. Like, why are they singing? I thought it was because the main character was going to be shown as a silent boy that can actually sing and dance, and that's why he's formed like this, but it never happened. If anything, I don't think we ever saw the boy fully develop until the credits rolled. We needed to see a real performance and a family. I'm here to support you, but we didn't. So the whole movie, even when I saw the trailer, I thought it was going to be a musical, and it wasn't. We saw some performance between the sections, but even the performance were so out of place that I kept thinking, why are they singing? Because if you're watching a movie where everyone's singing, you're in that mindset that if you fall on the floor and then you get up and start singing, it's part of the storyline that everybody does it because that's the world. That's the world where they're singing. It's like that episode from Buffy where everybody was just singing, and it made sense because it was in that part of the world. But then if the whole world, they're never singing, and suddenly you sing, you start thinking, doesn't that look weird? Like if you saw somebody singing in the street for no reason, you will look at them and say, why are they singing? Are they crazy? What's going on? And that's what this movie did. I thought it was going to be a musical. They had some songs, but never enough to make it feel like a musical. So when they did do the dancing and stuff, it really came out of nowhere. And then we did get a special son and mom moment of I love you no matter what. But because there were so many singing in the middle, I was waiting for that last. Everyone sing and dance, even if the aunt was in the background with her hands folded in protest. So I imagine that if it was a musical, you were going to see everybody finally happy, dancing, accepting everyone for what they are. And then usually the bad guy's going to be like, I am not happy. But that was going to be part of the musical, but we didn't get that. So like I said, it was very confusing. I didn't understand why why the movie didn't commit to be a full-on musical. But I don't know. Like, I think maybe the movie was cut back. That's what I keep thinking. Because there were some parts that were good. So I'm thinking they must have cut something back. And that's why it made it feel so rushed. The whole singing could have been cut off. That's what I should have said. This is why I hate talking in between the review I wrote. Because I literally wrote what I'm saying. So what's the point of me saying it if it's right here? But let's keep going. I'm wondering if it had to do with the budget. Maybe they couldn't make a grand musical like it made it out to look like. But if they had taken out the singing, added more heart to heart with characters' interactions, side by side comparisons of the churches, it would have been fine. So yeah, like I don't know nothing about movies, so maybe I'm talking too much. But I kept thinking if they couldn't commit to making a movie with a lot of singing, they should have cut off the singing and done more things where we see the characters together, we see them finding each other, we get to connect with the characters, because there were some fun characters in this movie, but I never felt that connection with any of them because it felt so rushed. We saw them here, then they're gone. We saw this one here, and they're gone. Even the main character, I didn't feel that connection. I felt bad for him and the things that he went through, but at the same time, I kept thinking, because it was a rush, I kept thinking, didn't they just kick you out of the house yesterday? What are you doing? What's going on? Because that's how the movie felt. Maybe it was a week that went by, but that's how the movie felt. I didn't like the movie. I might watch it again and another time to see if I feel the same about it, but for now, this is how I feel. It had a nice story, but it felt rushed and the singing very forced and almost like a second thought. So that was the review that I wrote when I first watched this movie. And like I said, I haven't seen it again because sometimes when I don't like a movie, I go, I don't know if I want to see it again. I just didn't like it. I don't want to see it. But with this movie, I'm wondering if maybe I wasn't in the right mindset, because sometimes that happens. Like, if you're not in the mood, you could watch a romance and you're like making fun of them. You don't like it. Or you could watch a horror movie and maybe you don't feel like watching it, so it doesn't really even scare you or affect you in any way. So I'm thinking maybe that's what happened, because the review wasn't me saying that I hated the movie, I hated the characters. I was saying that everything felt out of place, that everything felt rushed. So maybe I might watch it again and see if I have a different mindset to it. But if not, I guess for now my review for this movie was that I didn't really like it. It felt too rushed. And if I had to give it stars 1 through 5 like I do with the books, I would probably give it like a 3. A 5 being I really liked it, 4 means I liked it, 3 being like, but again, what if I watch it again and it goes down to a 2? I don't know. But like I said, it is a good movie. Maybe if you want to watch it, you should watch it. If you've seen it and you like it, tell me why you liked it. And like I said, it's not that I hate it. I just felt that it was rushed and maybe it needed more connection between the characters and, of course, more music. If you're going to make a musical, make a musical. Give me music. I want it to be annoying. Give me... Because with musicals, I have like a love-hate thing. There's some musicals I watch that I really like, and then there's some that I watch that I hate. I can never explain to people how I hate and love musicals at the same time. But with this movie, I'm really more in the hate than in the like. But like I said, it felt rushed. Maybe something happened with production, and that's why the movie got messed up. But anyway, if you watch this movie and you like it, tell me why you like it. If you haven't seen it, maybe you want to watch it and give me your opinion on it. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And remember to keep on reading, keep your eyes on the screen, and vibe to the music. Bye.